All right, man, peace. I did a video a while ago pertaining to whether or not men should fall in love. I stated that I would, add some addendums onto that video intermittently, depending on stories that I find that I could use as a backdrop. So they recently had a study about what the most important components are in a relationship. It's a very short segment, but I'm still going to chime in on it. Let's see what they have to say.
Looks like the key to long-lasting love may actually be looks.
The way you look.
Well, I mean, shit, it sure don't hurt. It damn sure don't hurt to have a nice looking woman. But let me say this, and I think I might have mentioned this before. Most of these so-called dimes in this society, they're nothing but whores, man. All right, and I'm just going to be honest with you. Most of the time when you see people who are in long-lasting relationships, and I've told this to cats before, who always want to complain about their woman, and you see a picture of their woman, and the woman is a very good looking woman. You must understand something, and I've mentioned this numerous times before. The woman is like a child. Okay, they're like children. What does that mean? They love attention and they love mischief. Most women will proactively, whether consciously or subconsciously, seek out confusion to add to their own life, especially if everything is going well or if everything is going too regularly. Women don't like monotony. Okay? They will feel compelled to bring confusion into their own life, whether consciously or subconsciously. That's why the woman has to be moderated like a child. All right? Those of you who have children, or maybe you were raised with a sibling that was 10 years or more younger than you. Oftentimes, what would you do if you hadn't heard that child, you haven't heard that child make a noise in a while? You say, hey, let me go check on him. Let me go check on her, make sure she's not getting into any mischief. All right, the woman is the same way. Okay, when you notice the female in the workplace, most women, most of them, even though some of them not even in the workplace, but most women in the workplace, they conduct themselves under control because that's where they get their money. The woman needs money so that she can continue and persist in the delusion that she is an autonomous individual, that she doesn't need a man and that she doesn't need to be supervised. If you ever notice how a woman conducts herself outside of the workplace, that's when she lets her true childlike behavior come out because they can't help it. That's why the woman is supposed to be the one who normally moderates the child more than the man. Now, as a man, you are supposed to be close to your child. You are supposed, there are duties that you have as a father, and you should be very closely, you should have a very close bond. And by all means, you must make sure that there is a very, very tight affinity between you and your child or your children. You have to monitor and moderate your child, but the Lord gives the woman the spirit of childbearing and caretaking by giving her that childlike spirit. All right. A lot of you brothers who might be in the knowledge and you know that you don't adhere to a lot of these fake holidays. What is the first thing oftentimes that a woman will say if you're in a quote unquote relationship with her, or if you tell her for the first time that you don't celebrate Thanksgiving or Easter or Christmas? What's the first thing that she's going to say? She's going to say, well, what about the kids? She's not really worried about the kids. She's worried about herself, because the woman gets as great a joy out of these fake holidays and these mythological holy days and ritual days as children do. She's the one who imparts the emotional the emotional connection to the child to these days. Right? That's why I tell a lot of you cats, the first thing that anybody who's in power does is they bring the woman under their control, because the woman is the one who imparts and teaches the child. So this is why I say that the so-called liberal black woman, really the black woman in general, but the liberal black woman especially, they act as a middleman between whoever's in power and, her children, and also a lot of you cats, a lot of you brothers who listen to the woman. All right. This is why a lot of times when these women jump in my comments and they try to start talking slick and they start that gender war bullshit where they think that somebody's supposed to go back and forth with them, I tell them, this is not a gender war channel. All right. This is not that black man versus black woman bullshit. Okay. When you guys submit to that paradigm of the black man versus the black woman, what you're telling the black woman indirectly and subconsciously is that she's on your level. All right. The woman is not on the man's level. If you have a beef, if you're a woman, you have an issue with something, you must take it up with your man. This is not the channel where where men are going to be going back and forth with women. You have a place. Women are beautiful. They're essential. You cannot have life without them. But no, a grown man is not supposed to be going back and forth with no damn woman. You don't like it? Have a nice day. That's pretty much how it goes. But anyway, let's get back to see what they have to say here.
That's according to a new study. Florida State University researchers found attractive women married to less attractive men often have better relationships. Experts say those couples tend to be more supportive of each other.
Yeah, of course. An attractive woman, when she's with a less attractive man, has a better relationship. Why is that? Because 99 times out of 100, if an attractive woman is with a less attractive man, what does that mean? That means that he is, that he got fat pockets, that he could send her out on shopping trips, that he can finance her lifestyle. That's really all it's about. Brothers, please understand something. Women can learn to fall in love. All that falling in love shit that, we have so much in common, all that is bullshit. That's why the divorce rate is 70%. All right, 65, 70%. That's why the single mother rate amongst all women, not even the so-called black woman, they highlight the black woman because they like to demonize, the so-called black man and woman. All women have a high single mother rate right now, an abominable single mother rate. The black woman just happens to have the worst single mother rate because, most of the problems in this society are aggravated in the so-called black community. They're even more extensive. OK, why is that? Because the so-called black man has no culture. Therefore, he has no unity amongst his own. Right. When you have a culture, you have a code of conduct. The woman knows that she has to conduct herself a certain way or there are going to be repercussions. The black woman has no repercussions for her actions. All right. So, basically, a lot of you brothers have to stop worshiping the woman and putting them on a pedestal, which a lot of y'all do. Like I mentioned in the Jamel Hill video, the broad makes one so-called pro-black comment and got all these lame-ass pro-black dudes busting a nut in their pants right behind their computer. Oh, man, that sister so on point. She got bigger balls than you niggas. Oh, excuse me. I'll be right back. I got to get a Kleenex. Yeah, I bet you do. Your lame ass. But yeah, when you see shit like this, it's very, very basic, brothers. Relationships are not complex. All right. They can be difficult. They can be difficult because when you are a macrocosmic thinker, when you think on a three-dimensional perspective, you realize that the woman is only a half step above a child. So you constantly have to moderate her silly ass, because she's always getting caught up in dumb shit. All right. When she sees that you're not going to follow behind her spirit, she's going to do little silly things to try to get you to follow behind her spirit. She's going to try to start little arguments with you. She's going to try to say so-and-so is looking at her at work, or so-and-so flirted with her at work, or, I'm thinking about going out to the club with my friends. Look, brothers you got to get to know these women. A lot of you guys, you meet a woman. She's a good looking woman, got a fat ass, give you some good head. She got some good stuff between her legs. All of a sudden, you scared you're going to lose her. Oh, let me bust a nut up inside this broad. Next thing you know, 8 months later, she's already riffing with you before the baby even come out. The baby comes out. Now she's trying to make your life a living hell. And she's driving you away. Why is that? That's your fault, because you did not take the time to get to understand this person and understand what her demons are. Because all these females have demons on them. Why is that? Because you're not meeting any virgins out here. You're not. Even the ones that come on the internet and try to act sanctimonious, that's another thing. You see these bras, they come in the comments, they got 5 layers of makeup on, talking about God this and God that, and the Bible said this and the Bible said that. The Bible said, let the woman learn in silence. Did you read that scripture? It's in 1 Corinthians, the 14th chapter, in the 33rd, starting at the 33rd verse on down. All right. And it ends in the 40th chapter, because the Most High is not the author of confusion. When a woman runs her mouth, confusion is going to ensue. That's why I say, you know what? You have to have that back and forth conversation with your husband. When you start having all these back and forth conversations with random men, that's a sign of confusion. OK? And you brothers tolerate that silly shit. You dudes allow your women to run roughshod, and then you wonder why there's so many problems in the so-called black community. This is what I mean when I talk about there's no culture. What does culture mean? Once again, culture means that the woman understands that whatever man she goes to, she's going to be read the same rule book. It's not going to be, oh, I'm with this guy and he believes in this, but I don't like this, so I'm going to go to that guy because he believes in that. See, in strong cultures, the woman understands that she's going to get read the same rule book everywhere she go. And she's going to be made to feel embarrassed if she doesn't do her part to make the relationship be as stable as it is supposed to be. All right? The onus is never put on the female in this society. They are always given an out. That's why they created the parameters for divorce called irreconcilable differences. What does that basically mean? That's a fancy way of saying I'm getting a divorce because I just don't feel like being with his ass no more. Okay? This is what I mean when I say marriage in this society is a sham. All right? It is a corporate union. That's all it is. Notice how much bullshit these women have to say about weddings and marriage when it comes to the fancy ceremony that you call a wedding. But if we were to go into the real nitty gritty about what marriage is about, the woman being a virgin and only being with one man, you watch how quick they pull the feminist card. It's my body and I could do what I want with it. No, see, that's why I say you brothers, y'all got to understand when these bros start talking all that liberal shit, that revolutionary shit, that's part of a package, man. That pro-black shit that they start spouting is part of a package that comes along with the female powers and the homosexual power and the transgender empowerment. All that shit is a package deal. All right. These bros, when they talk all that pro-black shit, that it's not like, oh yeah, I'm pro-black and I love my man. You ever notice they come on the internet, they talk about I love my black men. No. Do you love your black man? Singular. All right. I know you love your black men because you done been with 40 of them. All right. That shit don't impress me. So, brothers, we got to do a better job of listening to what people say. All right. It keep you out of trouble. Look, I'm not on here to spout off and give a bunch of unreasonable ideologies for what, for the black. Oh, man, we need to bum rush the U.S. government and lead a revolution. Look, you gotta at least get step A going before you get to step Z. Like niggas running around here talking about revolution. Like, please stop. Can you at least lead your own home first before you talk about starting a revolution, right? Which is not going to work any fucking way. Because a lot of you niggas can't lead flies to shit. Why is that? And I'm not insulting you, bro. I got love for you, brothers. But look, let's be for real. If you have no knowledge, you cannot lead anybody anywhere. All right? I'm being real with you right now. Okay? It is what it is. If you get offended, oh well. Brothers have to learn how to lead small things before they can lead big things.
But when it's reversed, there tends to be more pressure on the woman.
No, there's no pressure on the woman. There's no pressure on the woman. Basically, he's saying, according to the study, when the man is better looking than the woman feels like there's more pressure. Pressure is something that's self-imposed. As you can see by this couple here, the woman is better looking than this man. She probably was enraptured by his job and by his intellect. A lot of times you might see a nice looking woman walk down the street with a man that you might esteem to not be quote unquote good looking. Different things attract different people. But when a less attractive woman says that it's more pressure on her to be with a more attractive man, what does that mean? That means that she feels like other women are a threat. AKA she might not have the man all to herself. Okay, and that goes back to the topic that I touch on, intermittently pertaining to a man having more than one woman. Sometimes people get offended by that. I have no idea why they get offended by that. The scriptures speak on it. I never stated that it was mandatory. I seen one brother said, oh, well, you can have more than one woman, but why would you want to? Well, brother, no disrespect. It's not your place to tell a man what he should want and what he shouldn't want. A lot of times when brothers start talking like that, they get that from their mother. All right. That's part of the female mind that a lot of so-called black men have. If you think like a king, you rule yourself and your household with discretion. You say to yourself, I have this woman and I love her and she loves me. And I'm not going to deal with another woman because I don't feel like I want to bring another spirit into this dynamic. Right? You have to have discretion there. And you have to respect, obviously, the wishes of that woman based on what she's bringing to the table. Okay? A woman could tell you that she don't want you to have another woman, but if all she's bringing is negative energy and she ain't giving you no ass, another woman is gonna come into the equation. And if she don't like that, hey, she can have a nice fucking day. Like I've said before, if you come home and there's no food in the fridge, you're gonna go outside and get food from somewhere else. All right? So I feel sorry for a lot of you guys that signed that contractual agreement, and now you coming home and your woman ain't giving you no ass. I guarantee you, somebody getting your woman ass if she ain't giving it to you. Okay? Or she thinking about giving it to somebody else. So that's just something for you to think about.
When her man's better looking and she feels like she needs to lose those extra pounds, or he's always looking good and people are always looking at him, it makes a woman feel insecure.
Well, the woman is insecure by nature. All right? The woman is insecure and jealous by nature. Hence the name of that TV show. Okay? Which is a very truthful, like I said, an indirect mock-up, a satire of I won't even say young black female behavior, 30-year-old black female behavior. See, that show, and I'm going to touch on that show again, it fits a niche amongst liberal black females between the age of about 27 to 35 who still wish that they were 19. Okay? That's what I mean when I talk about the immaturity of the natural childlike behavior of the woman. As I've already stated, there's very little difference in maturity and overall conduct between a 15-year-old woman and a 45-year-old. Very little. All right? The woman starts to mature at about 45. Okay? Straight up. Why is that? Because that's when they start losing their looks. And they reach their full maturity at about 60. That's why Paul makes the distinction. What does Paul say in the book of Titus? You know, he says that the women 80 and upward, let them teach the younger women. Why does he say that? Because what is 80 years old? That's 60 years old. Okay? That's when a woman gets to the age where she can be an instructor to other women. You have these females out here, 27, 28 years old, trying to tell other women about relationships, and they're not even in a beneficial relationship. What are they trying to do? They're trying to poison the relationship of their friend so that they can keep them in their whole circle. Right? A lot of these women are vindictive and bitter. They don't want to see their friend in a relationship. They don't want to see their friend happy, because then what that will do is it will make them reflect more on their own inability to have a functional relationship with a man. Okay? So a lot of you females that are in good relationships with a man, you are going to have to distance yourself from some of your friends. Those of you women out there listening. But that's up to you. Like I said, I don't direct any comments at the so-called woman, so-called black woman, or so-called liberal black woman. Those of you who listen, it's up to you. I don't direct commentary to you guys because I focus my channel on the so-called black man. All right? So people who try to jump in the comments and talk all this silly shit, look, that's who my channel is focused on. Why is that? Because that demographic is the demographic that's oftentimes the recipients of the most lies. All right? Proactively being lied to on an everyday damn basis. Okay? But that's up to you women. If you still want to play the hang out on Friday and Saturday night game with your homegirls when you know that you have a good man at home, that's up to you. It's up to you men who have a female like that to say, you know what? This bitch could kick rocks. Because I'm telling you right now, a lot of you guys want to have this liberal mindset. Oh, well, you know, if my baby want to go hang out with her friends on Friday and Saturday night, she can. Bruh, ain't but so many drinks can get drank. Okay? If a female does not know how to stay at home, she's never going to know how to stay at home. So it's up to you to say, okay, I'm just going to stay with her, but she's just going to be she's just going to be a schmang out. That's all. But don't have any children with her. Sometimes you have females like that, you know. They make you smile when you guys hang out. You have a fun time, but she doesn't know how to keep her ass at home. If you want to keep her around, that's up to you. She could be a concubine. Just don't knock her up. All right? It's up to you. It's about discretion. I know people gonna say, "Oh, wait a minute. Wait, that's not in the Bible. Where's that in the Bible?" Look, when you read the scriptures, you have something called concubines. All right? Every woman is not wife material. And no, a man is not supposed to sit home like he's a monk living in a cave with a rock hard phallus all damn day. Okay? I deal with reality. I don't deal with bullshit. I don't deal with over righteousness. It is what it is. You can't have gourmet food every day. Sometimes you got to have fast food because it gets you through the day. That's why the Lord got hoes out here. Okay? You just don't fall in love with them, or you don't get them pregnant. But once again, that's up to you, brothers. I give you the real. Some people can handle it, some people can't. I really don't give a damn either way.
Some couples say the most important thing in relationships is communication, respect, and a sense of humor. But
well, communication is the most important thing, along with loyalty. All right, loyalty is something that's in a person's DNA. You cannot teach a person to be loyal. Okay, look at Kevin Hart. All right, you have to be honest with yourself. Are you a one-woman man? If you're not, then you're just not. That's why you don't sign contractual obligations with women. Okay? She already knew. The chick, Nico, she already knew that he wasn't a one-woman dude. She don't care. Because she understands if she put, good enough coochie on him for long enough time, she can convince him, most likely, to not sign a prenuptial agreement. All right? And once she gets you to sign that contract with no prenup, you can go out there and fuck as many broads as you want. Once your ass get caught, your ass is mine. That's her attitude. Because I'm going to run you through the white man's court system, right? That's Saturnian court system. Why do I say Saturnian? All of those members of the judicial system are recognized as priests of Baal, and they're all bankers, by the way. Okay? Every charge has a monetary value on it. And judges get paid based off of your incarceration, for those of you who don't know. Okay? That's why they're the ones who are involved with posting bond and things of that nature. Like I said, every transaction in America is a commercial transaction. Every crime is a commercial transaction. All right? Like I stated, that is why they legalized so-called gay marriage, and because gay marriage brings gay divorce. The stats show you that lesbian relationships are even more tenuous than regular relationships. Of course, you're involving two women. It's two children in a relationship. That shit is not going to work long term. It's just not. The divorce rate amongst lesbians and homosexuals is higher than so-called heterosexual. Why is that? Because you have two confused spirits trying to come together. Of course, that shit ain't gonna work. All right? But once again, brothers, look, man. The falling in love spirit, you have to align your spirit to the Most High. You deal with the woman according to knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and most of all, patience to the best of your ability. Okay? And like I've stated numerous times, some of you cats don't even need to have a woman, because some of you guys, and I've seen it many times. Some niggas get abroad and they just lose their mind. It's like they done snorted coke for the first time. They on the fucking moon. Oh man, I gotta call Tina. Nigga, you just got off the phone with Tina. You getting all caught up with this broad. All that's gonna make her do is get tired of you and move on to somebody else, and then you're gonna end up being one of them guys peeping through a window with a set of binoculars like a jackass. Okay? You got to keep everything, you got to do everything in moderation in this society where everything is so whimsical. This is why cats lose their mind, man. But anyway, and that's why scriptures tell you that knowledge and wisdom is the stability of our time. Tell you that in Isaiah, the 33rd chapter. But anyway, that's it on that. They had this little rinky-dink storyline. Let me see what else they got to say.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Exactly. It's just a study. It's not fact.
Do your own study.
Let's get our...
Oh, I do my own study. You don't got to worry about that, Maurice Dubois. Whatever the hell your name is. But anyway, peace.